Hey guys, what's going on? It's Vic Barry. What is happening? Seasonal holiday, all those kind of nice things. Right now, speaking of the holidays, right? This is the time of year where there's all these kind of cool, emotional, teary-driven, story-driven ads that you see on YouTube, or if there's any of us still watching TV, you're going to see these on the TV, and they're really good, and they're a holiday kind of tradition, I guess, at this stage. But what about if you could make your own? They don't have to be difficult, and truth be told, they're not that difficult to make at all, no. So you just need an idea, and I had no idea for making this video, which was problem number one. Couldn't think of anything, so I decided, let's make a video with Christmas footage in it. Yeah, that's not gonna cut it. So what I did is I made the following video, which I'm going to show you. It's only 60 seconds, but I would love you guys to stick around and I will take you through the thought process. I promise you will learn something because I'm doing something in editing here that I've heard nobody talk about. It's something I've been doing for a while and I think it's going to be a huge benefit for you. And this is a crazy, daft idea, but trust me, it will help.
Let it come to you, joyful Christmas news. Hope will find its way to you. Hope will find its way to you.
Let me know in the comments what you actually thought about this, because this was something I thought this is going to be an absolute disaster. Is it the best holiday video out there? No, but I think it came together pretty well. And when you go out with zero idea, just the idea of I'm going to shoot a load of Christmas footage and I'm just going to talk about putting Christmas music under it, that wasn't the best thing to do, but I needed to start somewhere to get that going. And that's something that you all have to do really, is just start somewhere. I got lucky with this boat coming in. I was like, okay, I could use that. It could be like me coming home and the kids are all excited, boom. So I closed the loop. So think a story in a couple of ways, you know, you beginning, middle and end. Or if you open something, you need, when I say you open something like not a bottle of milk, but you need to close the loop. All right. So think story that way as well. That's another option. So there's a boat at the start. Kids were like down. Mia was like, ugh. So that's where you kind of close the loop. So think about closing loops or beginning, middle and end. It doesn't have to be once upon a time, all right? Or a long time ago in a galaxy far. Yeah, anyway, thanks, George. Where this all came together was with sound and without sound, all right? And thanks to Epidemic Sound for sponsoring this. I'm sure they're watching this going, hang on, he just said no sound? For the pacing of this video, I edited this in complete silence. I didn't edit this to the music first off, and that's a good thing. You should always kind of edit to, not necessarily on the beat, just slightly before it or slightly after it. Old Hollywood trick, not bang on the beat. Anyway, that's point number one. But I edited this in complete silence. So what do I mean by this? This sounds crazy, guys, all right? But it works. Editing is all about moving the story forward. Editing is all about having a rhythm and having a pace. If you're looking at footage with no sound, I mean like zero sound, no audio track, nothing, no music, you should be able to know, okay, this is going on too long. I need to cut it here. And eventually, the more you do this, you'll be able to go pop, 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 pop. You get into your own rhythm. I would love for you guys to try. I know it sounds absolutely crazy, but edit just B-roll in silence. And then you put in the music and then you can see how it works with the whole thing. Because after all, this is your idea. This is your vision that you need to bring together. So that was point number one, all right? Edit in silence. And then I went to Epidemic Sound and I got the music. Man, let me tell you, I've been using Epidemic Sound. If you've been following the channel for a while, I've been using these guys for 4 or 5 years now, maybe even longer. I'm old, I can't remember anything. But I've been using Epidemic Sound for a long, long time. And they have, as far as I'm concerned, the best selection of music out there. So I went to their seasonal section. Look at the size it is. Now, even if you're not doing the silent editing thing, even if you've got your own idea and you know exactly where you're going, do not just pick the first piece of Christmas music and go, boom, that's going to do. This is where you need to think about the story you're telling, the video that you're actually making, and, you know, maybe there is a banging techno Christmas track that will work, but maybe there isn't. So don't just put the first piece of music in there. I took a long time to go through absolutely hundreds of holiday tracks in Epidemic Sound until I found what I wanted. And one of the things to do is just envision how it should sound, and more importantly, when you're trying to do that, what is it supposed to do? So the music should help tell the story, but the music should also help the audience feel something, whether that's joy, sadness, humor, whatever. But that's something that you really need to think about. And I know this might all sound like he's on about silent editing, he's on about this. These are all the steps, okay? Pick one of them, do it, and then just do the next bit. And just rinse and repeat. The more you do it, better you get. So I went through a ton of tracks in Epidemic Sound, found out what I wanted, and I was like, okay, I need to build a soundscape here because the audio at the time was a little bit windy, it wasn't great, it's just the FX3 didn't record much. But here's the thing, ton of sound effects. You build your own audioscape, all right? So those are the steps so far on the technical thing. Shot a load of footage, got lucky with some of the footage, had the idea then, and here's the thing, when you have an idea, even if it's a half-brained idea, always be thinking about what you're shooting. So when that boat came in, I was like, boom, here's how I close the loop here, here's how I end the story. Dad coming home, cheesy, cliched, but for fun, it absolutely works. Always be aware when you're out shooting, always be aware, ideally never go out without an idea and just shoot footage blindly and go click, 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 record. So this video went from one thing to another to this cheesy kind of holiday video. And then just get into the editing of it, get your music in there, get your sound effects. I know this is really simplified, but that's all it is. There's a lot of you out there watching this right now and you're like, okay, Epidemic Sound, link in the description by the way. You're like, I'm gonna go on there and I'm gonna get the music I like, and then when it comes to press and record, you might just never do it. But that's the thing, you just gotta do it and have a stupid idea. And I get it. We can all sit there, not figure out an idea. But the main thing is get out and shoot some stuff. And that's what I did. And I was able to get an idea out of that. I knew I wanted Christmas trees and I knew I wanted like scenescapes and stuff like that. Boat came in, boom, bingo. Went home, shot the kids on the FX3. Got my wife to hold the camera for one of the scenes. So go back a bit. Go back another bit. Go back another, go back, just back. And that was it. You know, so the thing is here really is you just got to start with some kind of daft idea. Doesn't matter. You just got to start doing it. I would love to see you guys have a crack of making your own holiday video. Just, it can be the cheesiest, stupidest thing ever. But you know what? It's an exercise in editing. It's an expert in editing audio and making your audience feel something. And that's the name of the game really. If the audience feels something, then you're onto an absolute winner. Speaking of winners, there's a video here which I think might be a winner for you.